Hello and welcome. This is our presentation for NLP project, and our project title is CourseCOMET, which will be a utility chatbot which can answer student queries related to academics, like choosing the right professors or which course to choose. Here is our cute logo for that. Briefly, I will explain you how our project works. Initially, what's the problem statement? First and foremost, we had the UTD academic data with us, and we intended to create a chatbot which can answer student queries regarding courses they intend to pursue in the next semester, and this also helps in choosing the right professors and the right classes. Here's a brief flow of how our chatbot works. When you type in the natural prompt, which is the first step, it gets sent to the backend, which sends it to the large language models along with the schema. From there, we get a SQL query response, and that SQL query response is run on a local database to get the SQL results. Once we have the SQL results with us, we send those results back to large language models to generate the natural language response, and that response is smartly handled to describe to the viewer what they intend to have. Before we go into the live demo, I will explain you what data we have. So ideally, we have four tables which roughly have data rows in probably millions. So first we have courses which have course ID, title, class level, then followed by the grades which have professor name, which professor gave which course ID in what term, what grades. Then we have like professor remarks. That is one of the most important tables, which includes professor name, what is their average difficulty, what is their average rating, how much stars each professor gets, and how much percentage of the class would like to take that professor again, along with the tags such as extra credit class or maybe very lecture heavy class or maybe different tags. And finally, we have the professors table, so you can fetch professors details as well.
So let me walk you through the few of the conversations I've done with CourseCOMET. So I've asked it about like which professors are there for the course CS6320. It has given me the list of all the professors. Then based on this, I've just gone with the two of the professors I want to opt for in my next semester. That is Rishabh Iyer and Vibhav Gogote. So I've told him to like compare this both of the professors, and it has given me the comparison table in which it has compared both of this professor based on average lecture quality, average helpfulness, number of ratings, and all these things. So, like, it has given me all the metrics. But based on this, I want to be more specific as it has asked. I want to know that what are the feedback that are given by students about the view of Govate as it has more rating and overall it is better than Rishabh. So yeah, it has given me the list of all the feedbacks. So based on that, yes, we can get to know about the professors and we can go with anyone we want. Now I want to ask one more query. I will show you one more thing. Show me the professors for course NLP. So yeah, it has shown me all the professors for which are has has been at teaching course NLP. You can see the list. So yeah, in this way we can interact with course format and know the all the details we want for our course, professors and grades.
Now the code briefly and explain what parts of the code are doing what. So first going to the directory structure, we have the resources directory which has all our database code, related code, and we have the source directory which has backend and the frontend code. And the main logic of the chatbot rests in the LLM query file. So in this, we are first initializing to LLM. We are making use of the OpenAI GPT code model for this. Then we have defined the schema of our database.
and we are giving a little explanation for each of the tables and what each of the columns mean. And then we have two LLMs that we are using, two chatbots. One of the chatbot converts the natural language to SQL, and another converts the SQL results to natural language. And here we are passing the initial prompt for both the models. For the first model, we are passing in the schema as well. And in second case, we pass the initial question that was asked as well as the result from the SQL database. Here we are creating the both of the models, and we have this function which basically takes in the user input and passes it to both of the models and then gives back the result. And we are using the LangGraph library for this. Then we have the SQL manager, which handles the execution of the SQL queries connecting to the database and those things. And then we have the chatbot API server, which is basically hosting this, and it is exposing the REST API, REST API slash R. And whenever any request is sent to this, we extract the question part and then process it and return the response. And in the front end part, we have the page dot TypeScript, which is the main page code, printed code that we see in the demo. And we have the route.ts, which is basically querying the REST API that we exposed here, the Flask REST API that we exposed here. We are querying it from here. It passes the question that was asked by the user, it gets the response, and then in the page.tsx, we are displaying the response. This is the